Very good morning, students. Today we will learn the poisonous and non-poisonous snakes. How can we identify poisonous and non-poisonous snakes? Actually, the majority of snakes are non-poisonous and harmless animals. Some of the common poisonous snakes are cobra, crate, viper, Russell viper, pit viper, pitless viper, coral snakes, all that you know very well. But how can we identify which are the most poisonous and non-poisonous snakes? Which are the identification marks that we will learn today? One more very important thing is that actually poisonous and venomous, that there is a very important difference. Actually, according to biologists, the term venomous is applied to the organisms that bite or sting to inject their toxins, whereas the term poisonous applies to the organisms that unload toxins when you eat them. So this means that very few snakes are truly poisonous. The vast majority of snake toxins are transferred by bite. There is only one exception, and in that there is a common garter snake. This common garter snake, which is small and harmless in terms of its bite, but it is toxic to eat because its body absorbs and stores the toxins of its prey. So, for example, if this animal feed on the newt or poisonous some salamanders, some poisonous toads, whatever poisonous compositions are present in these animals, it is get absorbed and it is get stored in the body. And when somebody feed on this snake, that poison affects very badly in the body of that consumer. So this is very important that snakes are very few. Actually, this is the common garter snake. Like that, only 10 species are there, which are actually poisonous. And rest of the snakes, they are non-poisonous. That means actually these are the venomous or non-venomous snakes are there. So let us see which are the venomous and non-venomous snakes. Actually, this term is not in proper use. Actually, most of the students, they could not able to understood proper difference between the poisonous and venomous. So in simple word, we will learn which are the poisonous and non-poisonous snakes. So this is the chart or key by which we can easily understood which are the major important characters by which we can identify poisonous and non-poisonous snakes. So see here, if the snake is a sea snake and tail of that snake, if it is laterally compressed, it is poisonous snake. And if animal means that snake is terrestrial, the tail is like this rounded or cylindrical and not compressed. So examine its ventral scales. So these are the ventral scales shown in this diagram. You can see some snakes, they may have this type of pattern and some may have different type of pattern. If all the ventral scales are small or the ventral scales are somewhat broad like this, means somewhat broad, but they are not touching to both the ends. If this kind of situations are there, then definitely these both the snakes, they are the non-poisonous one. But if these ventral scales, if they are large, they are a transverse plate extending fully across the ventral side. That means entire belly is get covered by such large plates or large scales, touches to end. So if that type of situation is there, then there may be poisonous or non-poisonous. So if it is like this, if they have large such ventral scales are there, then you have to observe head of these snakes. Then when you will observe head of these snakes, you may find out some very small scales on the head. If all the dorsal scales on the head are small like this, then it may be viper. And as we know, viper is very much poisonous one. Again, if there is a pit here, there is a pit is present. If such a laurel pit is there, then it is the pit viper, and if pit is absent there, then it is the pitless viper. Third, or another probability is that sometimes here the head, it shows the small as well as large scales like this. If dorsal side of the head has both small scales and large shield, the snake may or may not be poisonous. To ascertain, look at the side of the head. So when you will observe side of the head, you may find out there is a large such third supralabial shield which may touches to the nostril and eye. You can see this one. This is the third supralabial shield. It may be touches to the nostril as well as eye. So definitely it has such some characters, and along with that you have to observe the hood and spectacle mark. On that basis, we can conclude which snake may be that. If the third such supralabial shield touches the nostril and eye, then it is the poisonous snake, no doubt. But it may be cobra, it may be king cobra, or it may be coral snake that we can identify by the observing hood and spectacle mark that I will show you in the next diagram, in the next figure. If the upper side of head has both small scales and large shield, but there is no laurel pit, and the third supralabial shield does not touches the eye and nostril. And then examine the back of snake and ventral side of the lower jaw. So when you will observe from the lower side or from the ventral side of the head, the middle row of scales on the back, called vertebrals, may be larger than others like this. And when you observe this head from ventral side, then lower jaw has fourth infralabial scale. It is largest one. This is the shaded one. Both they are present on the ventrolateral side. And if both these characters means fourth infralabial scale and hexagonal mid-dorsal ventral scales, if they are present, then this is the crate. If scale has small, sometimes it has been found that these scales may be small and large shield on the head, but does not have the characters of the cobra, crate, or coral snake, then it is the non-poisonous snake. So let us see which are the again poisonous snakes actually that we learn different characters of that. Now let us see. This is the Russell viper, and in that you may observe here it has this photograph is not too much clear, I think, but you can easily observe these are the different characters. Very small scales are present on the head, and it has that small scales on the head. Then we shall observe, yes, you can see here, this is also a Russell viper. This is the this is also a very poisonous one. It is also viper, but it is the pitless viper. You can see these are the eyes and nostrils there, but loreal pit is absent here. So this snake is the pitless viper. Then we shall observe next one. Same thing is here. This is the crate, and in the crate the vertebrals enlarged, hexagonal, fourth infralabial largest here, that we could not able to observe here, because for that we have to observe this snake from the ventral side here, but from dorsal side you can observe these are the hexagonal large such scales. They are present from this region, and entire uppermost dorsal such large hexagonal enlarged scales are there. Then next is the same thing is here. This is also same animal, means crate or bangaras. This is the naza, or you can say this is the cobra, in which hood is there, and this spectacle mark by which we can easily identify the cobra. This is the cobra. It is also called as naja. You can see this is the python, on which all small scales are there. Okay, this is the pit viper. You can see here, this is the very small pit present in between the nostril and eye, hence it is the pit viper. This is also very poisonous snake. This is the coral snake, on which very small scales are there, and coral snakes we can identify. Hood absent here in case of coral snakes. Hood is absent, and all the characters which we learned previously, these characters are present here. So by that way we learned all the poisonous and non-poisonous snakes. So rest of the details we shall learn in the next lecture. If you have any doubt, you may ask me. I hope you might be understood it properly. Okay, bye. Good day.